Fury boiled over in the cramped confines of Hartismere Borough Council's chamber last Tuesday, as Labour's top dog Jeremy Newark unleashed a venomous spray that left even his own side reeling in disgust. Forget the polite chit-chat about potholes or planning permissions. This was raw, unfiltered hatred directed at everyday Brits daring to wave their own damn flags. Newark's meltdown wasn't just embarrassing, it was a gut punch to the heart of British pride, exposing the rot at Labour's core where patriotism gets treated like a dirty secret. And in the midst of this circus, whispers from Westminster suggest the party's knives are out for Keir Starmer himself, with Ed Miliband circling like a shark in bloody water. Picture the scene: Conservative councillor Brett Rosehill, a no-nonsense local voice, stands up with a straightforward query. He's channeling the fire in the bellies of thousands across the nation, folks who've joined Operation Raise the Colours to hoist the St. George's Cross and Union Jack high without some faceless bureaucrat yanking them down. These aren't stormtroopers in balaclavas, they're your neighbours, your mates down the pub, slapping up symbols of who they are: proud, unapologetic, British. Rosehill just wants a nod. Will the council back off and let this grassroots surge breathe? Simple as that. But oh no, not on Newark's watch. The Labour leader detonates like a faulty firework, screeching that the whole shebang is a sinister plot by criminals, extremists, and nonces to hijack our national flag. The room freezes. Jaws drop. Councillors exchange wide-eyed glances, the air thick with the stench of betrayal. This isn't hyperbole, it's a direct quote from the rant that turned a routine meeting into a national embarrassment. Newark didn't stop at slinging mud, he piled it on, linking flag flyers to sex offenders and thugs, as if every mum draping bunting over her garden fence is secretly plotting a coup. Gasps turned to murmurs of outrage, but Newark plowed on, his face twisted in that smug superiority only the truly out of touch can muster. He's not just attacking a campaign, he's torching the soul of ordinary people who've had it up to here with being lectured that their heritage is toxic. Operation Raise the Colours. It's the antidote to years of woke hand-wringing that paints the Union Jack as a swastika light. Families in sleepy villages, veterans with stories etched in scars, kids waving flags at street parties, they're not extremists. They're reclaiming what's theirs, shouting back at the elites who sneer from their ivory towers. Rosehill didn't take this lying down. He fired back with the fury of a man defending his own, slamming Newark for handing the flag to the far right on a platter, by forever tying it to bogeymen. Spot on. Every time some Labour hack screams fascist at a fluttering jack, they gift wrap the symbol for the nutters on the fringes. But the flag isn't theirs to surrender. It's ours, the blood and thunder of Spitfire pilots, the roar of crowds at Twickenham, the quiet nod from a grandad remembering VE Day. It flies for the dockers in Liverpool, the nurses in Manchester, the factory hands in Birmingham who built this island fortress. Newark's bile doesn't reclaim it, it cedes ground, leaving mainstream patriots to fight for scraps. And get this, even as Newark postures like he's saving democracy, his own council's hands are tied. Highways. That's Hertfordshire County Council's turf, run by those wishy-washy Lib Dems who'll rip down unapproved flags faster than you can say red tape. Their policy's a joke, safety risk or not, if a highways drone spots it, kiss your colours goodbye. So while Newark blusters that Hartismere won't touch M unless they're hazardous, the county overlords keep the guillotine hovering. Ordinary folk are left twisting in the wind, never knowing if their act of love will end in a council van hauling away their pride like yesterday's rubbish. This farce erupted hot on the heels of the Unite the Kingdom March, where 150,000 souls flooded London's streets in a thunderous show of defiance, the biggest patriotic flex in decades. Families with prams, grizzled ex-squaddies, wide-eyed teens, all locked arms under the banners. Sure, the margins got messy, Met cops clocked 26 injuries from scuffles, but with that mob size, it's a miracle it wasn't a bloodbath. The real headline: Unity. Roaring love for Britain that no amount of lefty pearl clutching can drown out. Operation Raise the Colours is that march's echo, rippling from Trafalgar Square to terraced back gardens nationwide. People aren't hanging flags to scare the horses, they are doing it because they are sick of the shame game. Sick of politicians who treat national pride like a punchline. That's the chasm splitting Britain wide open. On one flank, the Salt of the Earth Brigade, workers grinding through shifts, families scraping by, pensioners guarding hard-won memories, who see the flag as backbone, not baggage. On the other, sneering suits like Newark, eyes narrowed in suspicion at anything smelling of homegrown spirit. Their contempt. It's not subtle. It's a slap in the face to everyone who's ever belted out the anthem, or choked up at the last post. And the irony. The harder they push this poison, the more they prove they're dinosaurs in denial. Polls don't lie, people crave pride, not lectures. They want kids taught that Britain's story is epic, not apology fodder. Newark's smearfest leaves us with a Labour boss who's branded grannies with flags as pervs and plotters, while a tidal wave of real Brits digs in their heels. The flag? It sure as hell doesn't wave for extremists, or for Labour's thought police, or for blowhards like Newark. It's the people's banner, woven from triumphs and tears. Try to shame it down, and watch it soar higher, defiant as ever. Patriotism isn't poison, it's the pulse. Love fierce and unyielding for the green hills, the grey seas, the unbreakable spirit that forged us. No rant from a council chamber can kill that fire. But hold the front page. While Newark's busy alienating the heartlands, Labour's civil war is igniting into a full-blown inferno. Insiders are buzzing that Ed Miliband's sharpening his claws for Keir Starmer's throat, just days before the party's Liverpool shindig, billed as do or die for the PM. Everyone reckons Ed's scheming, one senior source hissed to The Sun, Keir's been Ed's loyal lapdog forever, now the government's wobbling, and Ed's knifing him in the ribs. Ugly as sin. It kicked off in the reshuffle circus, when Starmer floated bumping Miliband to Housing Secretary. Bad move, sources say Ed lost his rag, went nuclear, slamming doors and scorching earth. The rift widened when Miliband threw his weight behind Lucy Powell's deputy leadership tilt, the same Powell Starmer axed in the shuffle, who's since turned into a one-woman wrecking crew, slagging off number 10 at every turn. She's duking it out with Starmer's anointed, Bridget Phillipson, and Miliband's endorsement. Pure poison dart. A frontbench firebrand spat, Ed's gunning for blood, but propping up the guy who tanked as leader last time. That's midterm madness. Miliband helmed Labour from 2010 to 2015, quitting in a heap after Cameron's thrashing. Now he's pivoting as the soft left's shiny knight, with MPs murmuring he could snatch the crown if Starmer stumbles. Ed's the faction's face. Some even float a comeback if Keir folds, one backbencher chuckled darkly. A Miliband ally scoffed it off as bollocks, but the stench of betrayal hangs heavy. This isn't gossip, it's a party eating itself alive, all while the nation's flags flap in the breeze, untamed. Labour's elite versus the street, guess who wins? The people, always. Raise those colours high, Britain. They've earned it.